What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bri again, back with another one for you. And today we're getting straight to the point. So I have some baby bella mushrooms here, and the first step is to remove all of the stems. Once all of the stems have been removed, I'm now just going to dice them because we are going to use them later. I already cut up some green onions. It's about 3 or 4 of them, and I'm just going to place my stems in that bowl. We are also going to dice some onions and place them in that same bowl. Once everything is chopped up, we're going to thaw out 10 medium shrimp. And while that is thawing out, we're going to add 5 pieces of thick cut bacon onto our griddle and fry it. In some of our bacon grease, we're going to take our onions and our stems and saute it for about a minute. You only want to saute it for about a minute because you don't want your green onions or onions to get too soft. Now that the shrimp has thawed out, I cut it into 3 pieces to get chunks like this, and now it is time to season. That is shrimp and crab oil, and you only want to use a little bit because it goes a long way. Next, we're going to use some blackened seasoning. With this, you just want to coat the shrimp on all sides. So I'll season it, then mix it up, and just make sure that it is coated all the way through. Once I am happy with it, I'm just going to add a little parsley and then sprinkle that on top as well. On the same griddle that we have been using, I'm just going to put a little butter on it and put it on the areas where I'm going to saute the shrimp. So I just spread it around, and then I am going to add my shrimp and saute. I only do this for about a minute, 30 seconds to 2 minutes because I don't want to cook it all the way through, because we're going to be putting it in the oven and it's going to finish its cooking there. Now that the shrimp is finished, I am just going to cut up my bacon so I can add that to my bowl as well. Next, we're going to add 8 ounces of plain cream cheese to our bowl, and then we are going to season that. I don't measure my seasonings. When the spirit says stop, that's when I stop. But that is Tony's Creole seasoning. And then I'm going to do some rubbed sage. And once again, when I hear stop in my spirit, that's when I'm going to stop. And then we add a little bit of oregano. You don't need too much oregano. Sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed on the oregano. But once you are done seasoning, we are going to mix that thing up. If your cream cheese is not softened, this is going to be a workout for you. So make sure your cream cheese is softened, and you're just going to mix until everything is well combined. half a cup of mozzarella cheese. I only do this because I love things to be cheesy. If you don't want all of that cheese, you can totally skip this step. So now that everything is mixed together, it is finally time to stuff these mushrooms. You are just going to stuff as much as you can for however big your mushroom is. I just kind of do a little top. So I stuff it all in there and then I have some seeping over the top. And that's how far I go. But you stuff as much as your heart desires. I stuffed 10 mushrooms, but with the amount of stuffing we have left over, you can easily stuff another 10. But once they are all stuffed, we are going to put our foil on top, and then we are going to stick these in the oven at 350 degrees. Here is something else you can do with your leftover stuffing. Literally, these are so good on crackers. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some crackers while my mushrooms are baking. And boy, them things are good. I set the timer for them to bake for 20 minutes, and on my 1 minute left mark, I just took them out of the oven. Now I'm going to sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese on top. Once I have sprinkled all of them, I'm then going to put them back in the oven to melt a little bit. I left them in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, and look at this, y'all. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of parsley on top. And this is what we are working with. Don't they look good, y'all? That was so good. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. But yeah, y'all, this is how we are looking when you cut them open. Look at that cheesy goodness. You gotta try this. But yes, y'all, that was so delicious. But I thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.